Hi guys, Penny Rose Journals. How you doing? Yeah, another hot day here, which is good because I decided to do some more batch dyeing. I have to get a stash going for before the heat's gone and winter sets in. So, not that winter's a terrible here or anything, but it just takes too long to dry paper. So. Right, yesterday I said I had gone thrift shopping and asked if anybody was interested in seeing a haul video. I was a bit in two minds about doing one. I mean, I've seen all this stuff, so it's not that exciting for me. But a few people did say they enjoy them, and particularly if they come from an op shop, rather than new things. So I just thought I'd put aside a few things that I bought and discuss why I bought them, because that's another thing that is kind of interesting. I think the things people pick up that you might not have thought of. I don't know. The first thing I always go for in an op shop, crazily enough, probably sounds weird, are scarves. Now, I managed to find a decent selection. I wasn't really there for scarves. I've got quite a lot at the moment because I did run low, and I went back I was there like a few months back and cleaned them out. But yes, I bought some scarves. Those of you who have ordered a journal offer for me in recent times will notice or already know that I now wrap my journals in scarves. I will use a scarf. This is a sarong actually, so that will probably get cut up, but I will use a scarf and just some lace or ribbon, whatever's lying around, to tie it up. When I first started selling my journals, the first one that sold, I was sadly unprepared to to package because, stupid me, I didn't think I'd sell one. So I struggled for a long time actually how to present my journals, because there's three things that you really want. You want something that's obviously beautiful and presentable. You want something that's going to be a recycled thing if you're that sort of junk journaler, which I am. And you of course want it to be cost effective. Cost effective is something that you don't like to think about so much, but it's something we've all got to consider, particularly if we're selling our journals. You want to be able to present your journals, make the best journal possible for the lowest cost, really. There's no purpose in making beautiful things if nobody can afford to buy them. So anyway, back to the scarves. I used paper, I used all sorts to wrap my journals in the beginning. I wasn't happy with any of it. It tore, it was difficult, it was just a nightmare. So I used to have a huge collection of scarves. I used to wear them to work all the time. But it's a sort of thing that I stopped doing a while ago. So I went through my scarves one day and bought all my spare ones, or the ones that I decided I could live without, upstairs, and I thought, I could wrap a journal in these. I love wrapping journals in scarves. They're simple, they're beautiful. I always make sure to check them over when I pick them up, because you don't want ones with holes and whatnot. So they're all good quality. They're relatively inexpensive from the op shop, and it's just a nice little gift. It's easy to use. I think they're great. So that's what I do with scarves. So scarves is always my first port of call, or almost always my first port of call, because I go through so many. Every journal that leaves here leaves wrapped in a beautiful scarf. So secondly, look, I try not to, but I usually look at the fabric. and it's usually the bigger fabric like curtain material and stuff. I also buy like clothes. Actually, I didn't bring them over, but I bought a shirt and 2 skirts yesterday because they were black lace, and I have this hankering to do a sort of lacy black journal, and it's the cheapest way you can buy big pieces of lace, really. Now this, I don't even know what this is. It's probably a tablecloth or something, but I just thought it was amazing. This will be great, like in place of, you know, cheesecloth or something. Yeah, just cut up into little bits, and with backing there's some stripy bits, some floral bits. So yeah, that came home with me as well. And this was my find of the day. Cost me $5, all of $5. It's going to be a journal cover. I don't know what it was, probably a table runner. It's handmade. But yeah, isn't that nice? That will make such a beautiful journal cover. In fact, it will make several beautiful journal covers. So yeah, so that came home with me, and it's well loved, and you know, there's fraying bits, and it's just lovely. I like it anyway. So there's that. Next thing I always look for is playing cards. I make my business cards from playing cards, so I go through a fair amount of playing cards. I got 3 packs of playing cards, you know, just regular old playing cards. They start out like that, not exactly exciting. What I did was took one of my packs of cards yesterday and popped it into my batch die in amongst all my papers, and we went from this to this, which is a good start on a business card as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, quite a bit different. So obviously they need to be flattened out again, but yeah, now they're nice and grungy. Oh look, there's a matching pair. Yeah, big difference. They are actually the same cards too. So yes, batch die my cards, and then I will alter them, and I will sand the backs and put my sticker on there. I have one of those little thermal printers. I just print out my own little stickers, stick on the back with my address, and yeah, well, not my address, my website address, and YouTube address, and Instagram, and yeah, all that sort of stuff. So yep, so that's why I go for playing cards if I can find them. They make terrific little business cards. They're about the right size, and well, they're recycled. I just couldn't see my way forward purchasing business cards when, you know, it's not really on brand. I like to recycle things. So cards. Yesterday, for the very first time, I found some flashcards. I've never found these before. I've always seen people have them. They're pretty cool. They're very new looking though. So guess what? Batch die. Much better. Look at that. Oh, it's lovely, isn't it? So yeah, they come out pretty grungy and wonky and bent and all the rest of it, but yeah, seeing the difference, that's amazing. This one got some print from something else in the batch die, and this one just got tea stained and to the nth of a degree. So yep. So yeah, I batch died about, I don't know, a third of that pack. There was a lot of cards in there, so the rest will go in my next batch die. But yeah, they're great. I am chuffed to bits to have found those because I've never had any before. I found them hanging out with the playing cards, so that was always, yeah, made it easy to find. So there's those. Now, what else did I bring back? Oh, I brought back this wool. Now, I'm not really interested in the green ball of wool in there, to be honest. I bought it simply for that decorative wool. It's It's super interesting. It's just a boring old bowl of wool. Yeah, it's cool. Isn't that cool? I have not got anything quite like that. And there's like a ball and a half of it in here, so I have so much wool. It's the last thing in the world I need, but this was just too cool to pass up, and it cost me what, $1, I think. $2. Look at that. Big money. I bought this belt. I don't need belts either. I buy belts to use for closures for junk journals, obviously. This one just caught my eye as I was walking out of the store, and I had to go back and buy it because it was just so nice. Just unusual. A bit of bling to it, and also grungy looking, so that's what the belt's for. I did buy a little box, couple of boxes actually like this, of broken jewelry that I found. That is probably my next thing that I go for, is the broken jewelry, because I use a fair few beads and stuff, and this is full of little glass beads and whatnot, so I'm pretty chuffed to pieces with this, to be honest. I've actually taken some out of there. There's a whole heap of these sort of ugly things. I don't know what I'm going to do with those, but yeah, and there's lots of seed beads. I still have a lot of wire left over from my assemblage days, and I actually string these on copper wire, the very thin copper wire out of cables. Yeah, so that's what I do with those. But anyway, I hang them in my window. They just reflect the light around my room. It's pretty. Yeah, there's lots of little baby themed dangles or something, I don't even know what they are, in here, as well as some little beads, more of those little beads. But yeah, I haven't even dug around in here very far yet. There you go, there's a big glass. It's plastic actually, I think. So yeah, all sorts of things in there, lots and lots of seed beads, which I really don't need, but lots of other good stuff too. I've taken some out of there already. That was chock-a-block full when I got it. If I go looking for non-broken jewelry, I go for things like this. They have lots of dangles. I can use those. And these were just particularly interesting. They were just a bit different. And I love the chain as well. It's a really nice chain. So that'll go into making a spine dangle at some point in its life. And there was this little doohickey. I don't even know what this is. It's too big for a bracelet and too small for a necklace, so I'm not really sure. I suppose it could be a kid's necklace. I don't know. Seems a bit weird for a kid. But anyway, unless you've got a very tiny neck, you're not wearing that. So, but it had lots of cute little colourful beads on it, and I thought that would just make a nice spine dangle. You barely have to do anything to it. It's just a pretty thing. So those two came home with me. So what else? Cool finds of the day. In a grab bag, I found these two big coconut shell buttons. So that was a cool find. I enjoy those. They're pretty awesome. Some baker's twine. It's probably just cheap baker's twine, but that's always good to have handy. Little pile of ribbon. Last thing I need is more ribbon. Love it. That will get coffee stained and put around a card and stuck in with the rest of my ribbon. Books. Books is another thing. I don't go for books very often these days. I have so many books. Unless I find something particularly special, I don't tend to go for books. But yesterday, I found my very first field guide of birds. Look at all these beautiful pictures. I am so excited. I've already started hacking into it, as you can see. There's pages missing out of the front. Oh. So yeah, I am absolutely chuffed with that. That was a find. I've never been able to lay my hands on one of those before, and there's a few little treasures in the back that somebody's left in there from their trip to go and look at North American birds, I suppose. So yeah, that was an exciting find for me, because there's lots of bird books that have photographs, but these lovely drawing ones, few and far between. So that was a find for me. I was happy to see that. So that came home, and then the Book of Answers came home with me just because I thought it was cool. It's like a Magic 8 Ball, but a book. You're supposed to sit and think about what your question is, and then just open the book, and there's try a more unlikely solution. Seems like terrible advice, but anyway, it just, every page just has something like that. So I thought, well, they'd be cute to put in journals. Just little blank pages. I mean, you can use that for writing notes on, and there's a little thing written on them. So yeah, that was pretty cute, and it's quite a fat little book. So that came home with me too. They were the only 2 books I bought because like I say, I try and steer away from books as a general rule because I just have too many. Another thing I did find in the same grab bag that all these sort of things came in was a pile of little organza bags, which was great. I've already distributed them around my room. I put cloves and cinnamon chips in them and put them in my fabric and my paper to discourage, you know, pests like silverfish and stuff, because, you know, having a lot of old paper and fabric lying around in piles and boxes and whatnot, yeah, can attract things you would rather not have in your craft room, and you certainly don't want in your journals. So my whole craft room here smells like the inside of an apple pie, which is definitely not a bad thing, except it does make me hungry on occasion, which is probably not a great thing. As far as other things go, this is probably the last of it. I found a bag full of paper bags. These are those mushroom bags that they give you at the supermarket. They're quite thin and flimsy. So I made a little project with them yesterday just to see what I could do with them. I made a little, I don't know, ephemera folder, make a cute little happy mail, I guess. I just folded 3 of the bags in half, like so, and then I had just some paper scraps lying on my desk that were old. It was a book cover, had a picture of an old art piece on it. So I just tore that into strips, or cut it into strips, and folded it across the edges here to give myself, because it's quite delicate paper, I guess, just to give it a bit more strength. And then I sewed up each side to make pockets, and then I took 3 of them once they were sewn to my sewing machine, folded it in half and sewed up the middle, and there you go. I have 6 little pages of pockets, I guess. So yeah, you can tuck something in the back pocket, something in the front pocket. You could put little pockets here. I chose not to. This is fully decorated by things that were lying on my desk, so it's nice. Nice to work in a tip. I don't know about that, but yeah, all these things were off my desk. The tags were not, they were put away, but yeah, so there's 2 pockets obviously on each page. Like I say, you could definitely fit another pocket on here if you wanted to. And yeah, I just decorated it with things that were lying on the desk, and I think it's quite cute, and it's a good way to use up all these paper bags that I currently have. So yeah, there's that little thing I made yesterday. Last thing, weird finds of the day. Let's face it, there's always something weird in grab bags. I love grab bags. I love getting mystery things and coming home and opening them and enjoying them. That's why I bought this box of beads, really, because I don't know what's in it. I can see some stuff from the outside, but you just can't tell. Okay. Weirdest things I found yesterday. Well, there's this. I don't know. It's paper cutouts of flags and other random things. So I'm not sure. I don't know what it's pretty bad printing, to be honest. I don't know what it's printed on. I don't know if I can copy dye it. I don't know if I can even use it. But anyway, there's that. A bag of red and black feathers. I do have some feathers around, but yeah, wasn't really after feathers, but there you go. I've got some more feathers now. This little guy, little padded bow. It's kind of cute, but don't know what I'm going to do with that. It'll go on something. A teeny tiny boomerang. I'm guessing this is like a souvenir thing. It was just in a grab bag. I thought, okay. I guess a very big spine dangle. Who knows? So that was one of the weirdest things. And the very weirdest thing of the day, and I have already discussed this with the lovely Bonnie. Hair. Now, this was in a grab bag. It was not $2. And it feels just gross. I hate it. Every op shop I went into yesterday, I accidentally picked up a bag of hair trying to work out what it was. I don't know what it was about yesterday, but there was hair in every shop I went into, and without fail I touched one in every shop, and I think it's revolting. I mean, I'm not like completely grossed out by it, but I don't know what I would use it for, and I don't like the feeling of it in the bag. It just feels yucky. So yeah, I have a bag of hair. It will probably just go back to the op shop, to be honest. I don't think I'll be doing anything with my bag of hair. If anybody can think of anything to do with doll's hair, yeah, get back to me, because yeah, I now have a bag full of it, and it's red. And apparently I have a never-ending supply of it in my local op shops. So yeah, doll hair. So they were my weird finds of the day. So, but my favourite find of the day would have to be my flashcards, because I've never found any before, and I was very excited to find some. So, and this wool, love this wool. I'm guessing you'll see this turn up in a few things. So yeah. All right, guys. Well, I hope that wasn't too dull. Yeah, if there's any questions you have, go for it. I don't know. But yeah, I thought it might be interesting to see, one, what I picked up, and two, why I picked it up. Oh, I forgot something. It's just sitting right here next to me, and I forgot it. Oh, because I don't use, this is not something I would normally pick up. Envelopes. I walked into an op shop and they had a bin of envelopes, and I went, alright, how much are the envelopes? And she went, oh, I don't know about it. They're not 10 cents each even. And I'm like, oh, okay. I said, so I will just bring the bin up and take out what I want. And she's like, yeah, okay. So I did that, and yeah, she didn't charge me 10 cents an envelope. I don't know what she charged me for them, to be honest. But not very much. Probably, you know, a few dollars, a couple of dollars. I don't know. But anyway, to me, that's gold. I don't have a lot of odd-shaped envelopes. Well, I didn't have a lot of odd-shaped envelopes, but now I do. So yeah, that was also a good find for the day. So, all right, guys. Again, I'll go. I have not forgotten anything this time, and if I have, I will put it in another video. So yeah, thanks for coming along and checking out my haul, such as it was. Yeah, I am trying to not go to the op shops, but I did have a lot of stuff I had to get rid of. So I treated myself to a shopping day yesterday, my day off. So. All right, guys, thanks for coming along. It's been good to share this stuff with you. Yeah, I'll see you again next time. Bye.